feeling can't stop. I'm forever the one you call. Let's free fall. Let's free fall. Let's free fall.
Just enough to make you smile, and you need me to hold you close, and all your fears that you dream of will disappear and flutter on. Whoa, hold on just a little. We'll meet right here in the middle ground is where we'll stay. Just look on, and I'll look down, and all your fears around the ground. Then you said, all I ever wanted was to love like this. All I ever needed was to feel like something more than a closed door flat on the floor. I can offer so much more. All I ever wanted was to feel at ease. All I ever needed was to get up off my feet. 'Cause I believe in love. Hold on just a little. We'll meet right here in the middle ground is where we'll stand. Let go of the brittle, 'cause you'll find life is a riddle that we're not meant to understand.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to World League Esports. World League Esports is your new home for esports. My name is Olympus, and I'm so glad to be bringing you a continuation of our matches this weekend in the WLE 10K. To my right is my fellow caster, Sunset. How are you doing?
I am doing not so great. I'm a little bit sick, so if my casting is a little bit iffy, that's why my voice is gone. But other than that, I'm doing pretty good, and I'm really excited to get into these games. First up, we have Berserkers against VYBN, and we've seen Berserkers do some things pretty recently, and I'm pretty excited to see this matchup because honestly, although VB be the bigger team, I think it could swing either way.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that you're doing not too well with your sickness there, but hopefully you'll be feeling better as this game progresses because I am hoping it's going to be a banger. Of course, VYBN Esports is a big team, it's a strong roster, and we've seen them perform um, well in this tournament, I would say. Same goes for Berserkers, so I'm hoping that this goes to map number three. Of course, this is a best of three as we are in the lower brackets. And that also means that the team that loses here gets knocked out and they are gone. The team that wins this match will play Runchuck White in tonight's 6 p.m. game. So there's a lot on the line here, and we're going to start things off on Clubhouse. Cafe will be our second map, and then we move on over to Oregon as the decider if we do get to it, and I sure do hope so. In terms of predictions, Sunset, what do you think the scoreline is going to look like?
I genuinely don't know. I would probably say that vibe and take it in the third map though, because I know Berserkers can do some things that no one expects, and well, I'm definitely gonna say vibe and take it. But if something goes wrong for Viben, like yesterday, we saw them go 7-1, lose 7-1 against Phoenix, which was not the best scoreline. If they don't perform like they did yesterday, I do think Berserkers have what it takes to take this game, just in general.
Well, there's only one way to find out, ladies and gentlemen, and that is to get right into the action. Berserkers will be starting off on attack on Clubhouse, and Vibin Esports will be defending. And we'll be getting into it right now.
Here we go. I think the power players here are going to be wicked on Viben if he's able to show up. And on Berserkers, I really think Kist can do really well if he's able to show up and just get his head in the game as long alongside Fish. Those two players are going to be the fraggers, and if they can play well together and make some moves, then I really do think they can bring the fight to Viben.
Oh yeah, Fish is a heavy fragger for his team there. And of course, looking at the side of DNMK, like you said, they also have a very strong roster, in my opinion. Not DNMK vibing, sorry. My mind is still on yesterday's match. That was a beautiful one to watch and to cast. A big shout out to Jason on his clutch. It was an ace on round number 2 on Clubhouse, but that's in the past. What's in the present, though, is the ban phase, and Thatcher and Jackal are gone. Nothing too surprising there, in my opinion. Wonder who is gonna be taken off the board for the defense, and first it's gonna be a Kaid. Hmm, that should be interesting when the church site is being defended. And lastly, I'm gonna go with Mira. What do you think?
I would have to agree with you on Mirror because Mirror is just a very strong upgrade, and there we go. We're right. Mirror is Skadoosh, and I am pretty sure that Mirror has been banned every time we've played Clubhouse this tournament. I could be wrong, but I'm fairly sure that that's the case. But yeah, I'm really excited to get into this game, and that is exactly what I thought. Sophia on Kist, Ash, Fish, and yeah, we're going to be seeing Wicked on the Jaeger and Kieva on that vigil. We really haven't seen Kieva do just too much for Viben just yet, so we really want to see him show up and really get some impactful kills on this vigil because he's going to be that probably solo roamer, especially on CCTV Cash, where if he is solo roaming, I do hope he's able to relay because we saw it was Vanguard playing against Dark on this map, and it just did not go
Attackers
too
need to
well for
locate
Vanguard.
and
They didn't have the
defuse bombs.
communication, the comms weren't there. One of the players went into the Discord, sub is frustrating. I do hope Killer will relay this information back to the team and is just able to get some tactical flags and change the way around is not so much on their side. But Rich Boy, Fish, Blood Rain, look at that. So Blood Rain and Rich Boy
10 seconds remaining.
working and that stops the
Go.
but I'm really excited to get to this first round.
Yeah, you know,
Attackers
it's
are moving out
interesting
to
that you
locate a bomb
mentioned
and
the
defuse it.
information that Kiva will be collecting and relaying back to his team. And I kind of want to talk on the meta in terms of how it's evolved now that we're deep into this season and a couple of changes have been made. Right now, the 20-second meta is not so prevalent, but instead we're kind of seeing a development of an information meta. Operators such as Valkyrie are finding popularity. Maestro has always been a top pick. So, what do you think? What's your take on the information meta development in this game?
The intel meta is very big, and that is a great swing from Wicked as he's able to take out Fish, helping out Kiva, who's just fallen back downstairs as he's a little bit safer there. And we see a TPL playing on the like you're saying, the information meta being very prevalent in play today. Valkyrie, Maestro, very strong operators, and the defenders, the attackers, they also have a good amount of information being zero.
Activating Selma!
Players like that, they have their own value. Great gadgets. Those split pushes if you do not get any of those. And we see Wicked on this room right now. But Kiss knows exactly what's happening here. They have the intel and the swing comes out. That's a great shot. Wicked shot down the Jaeger, wiped off the board. Kiss drops to about 75 HP. But he lives.
Changing
Kiva, your teammate just died. You know where you don't exactly have a safe could have hit that kill if he wasn't sitting in the middle. And Kiss actually takes a lot more damage. He's dropped to about 20 HP. He's still just fighting for his life on top of these stairs as the players in blue pressure him alongside the pressures of the people inside the breach. But look at this Kiva. Oh no, never mind, that's outside. Kiva could have done the big thing, but he's repelling outside. So he's not going to make it back to side. But he's probably just going to be holding down this blue. I'm not too sure why, because no one's going to be going into blue. You've got the wall open, that's all you need. Now you just need garage control. You can go for that plant behind the pack. Kiva helping out with the inside of garage. So if the attackers don't have garage, it's going to be very, very difficult.
Kiva is definitely the man to watch as the execution of this round goes out. Kiss sends out some concussions in an attempt to get rid of Wasteful, who's the man up there. But Kiva comes up to the spring, he downs Kiss, and then he's gone off the board. Gas guns are popping off as are smoke. Bullies are using the floor right now, and it's just Blood Rain left alive, and he's taken care of by Tearkill. The first round goes in the favor of VYBN Esports.
On the Maestro. But in the end, the round, pretty clean round, pretty well defended there. And I did like what Kiva did with that swing, helping out his teammate Wicked. And that was a very clean round. Correct me if I'm wrong, the only person that fell was Wicked. Or it was Wicked on the Jaeger. That was the only person that fell. So I'm very glad to see that defense went well for them. And we've been seeing Clubhouse quite a lot, and we're going to be seeing like the same pushes over and over again. And so obviously a lot of teams have been watching these games and adapting to these pushes and getting their defense stronger. And that's exactly what Beserkers tried to do, but they left it a little bit too late trying to get this garage control. The breach was open and they just did not have garage. There's nothing they could do. They did not know that the vigil was below. And in the end, that was the
Attackers
downfall.
need to
But
locate and
let's see what
defuse
happens
bombs.
as we go all the way down.
Yeah, Kiva was in great position there to just make absolute mayhem of the attack that was kind of struggling there as it came down to the last 30 seconds. And like you said, Clubhouse has been very popular in our tournament so far. It has received a fair amount of play, and I agree with you. Teams have been watching these VODs, they have been studying the defenses and the
10
attacks,
seconds remaining.
and so that's even more information for the coaches and the IGLs to work
5
on
seconds to
to make sure
insertion.
that they are as watertight as can be. Still on the
Attackers
topic of
must locate and
information,
defuse a
the
bomb.
changes that were made quite a while ago now, actually, that I think about it, where you can ping, you can yellow ping with your drone or with your player yourself. That also really helps in terms of just building this information meta that we're getting into. Also, the addition of players such as Yana, as you can see Rich Boy playing right now, it's just been such a positive change and a breath of fresh air, honestly, to this game. As you can see, there Kiss making use of that ability, getting default camping. I'm not too sure if that was entirely necessary because players at this level know where all the default cams are and they just shoot them out as soon as they spawn. But here we see him setting himself up for what might be a take of Garage and then a push down into Oil Pit. And he's going to meet his first level of resistance in that Rooney Gate. Opinions, Sunset, on Rooney's place in competitive right now?
I really like her as an operator. She's really strong with her fist. Is able to just, open up as many rotations as you need, lines aside. I really like her. I like her dates as well. They're super strong, and I just think she's overall a very decent operator, especially in today's meta. Denying these slow, just another line of defense against the 20-second meta. So that's what we're saying. Yana's able to get so much intel because now Wasteful's forced to fall back. He can't hold that angle anymore, and look at this fish is able to control these main stairs. And now the drone coming out. But that's what we're saying. If Yana's able to be used correctly, if he's the impact trick goes to one side.
Oh!
That wall is opened. Sorry, the hatch. And Beserkers, that's something going in their favor. Wasteful, he's going to be rotating back around. And Ash is already down this hallway, putting a lot of pressure onto Wicked, and Wicked gets that call. So Ash, he's going to have to fall back right now as this
Bomb
main
located.
series approach, as they know exactly what they're trying to do. And right now, they're just trying to hold it.
Right now, though, it appears that Bloodrin will attempt to get the church wall opened. An impact came out, and I think it did get the Selma charge, as we've not had it go off. Wicked is holding a nasty angle there, and what a shot onto Fish. The Ash is gone, and that makes it a 4v5 as we get into the execute phase here. 30 seconds or so are left for Beserkers to make an attempt here at planting the diffuser or at killing every single member of VYBN, as there's still 5 of them left alive. Wasteful there with the angles is able to eliminate Rich Boy. And my, the defense is just getting stronger as the attackers fall one by one, but Kiss gets a good kill. He finds one. Will he find the second in dirt? He's being shot from all the sides, and Pix is there to capitalize on the kill. Bloodrain, though, is getting the diffuser down. He is successful as he's being covered by Bass, who finds one kill, but is not able to find the second one. Now it's up to Bloodrain. Clutches in 1v3. He's picked from multiple angles, is not able to flick onto the Wamai of Wicked, and there is a good attempt from Beserkers to get that diffuser planted, which they were successful at, but they just did not have enough bodies to trade out their VYBN successfully defend church in round number 2.
Oof, I'm not too sure if I like that too much from Berserkers. They were more so just pushing one by one and dying. Like, I know they didn't drone out the person on the Valkyrie, Wasteful behind the bomb site there, like behind the bomb chassis. And then I think it was Boss who just pushed into that and just died. And it's not very good. What happened there? You kissed as well. He pushed in, got one, almost got the Jaeger. I mean, also got the smoke inside the dirt. But in the end, it just came down to those unnecessary frags VYBN should not be getting, but they were getting them, and that's how they won the round. Like, you just need to rather play as a team and hold crosses. Like over there, the Habana should have been holding the blue for Zoff, as she could have fallen back and held the plant as well. And in that situation, it would have been a 3 versus 2 in favor still of VYBN, but a 3 versus 2, it's a lot better because you guys can hold your cross and the diffuser's down, so you don't have to worry too much about that. And well, I'm not entirely sure if I liked what Berserkers did towards the end. It was a good roam clear. I like the getting the hatch open, but after that they got the hatch open and just left it. Then they went for main, and that is just not too fortunate.
It wasn't a good round there at the end, but it was a good attempt. That much I'll have to give them. They did get that diffuser down planted. They were getting the frags that they needed to, but the man advantage was just not in their favor. They weren't able to trade out bodies there, as Wicked, with a wicked shot, he's the one who started things off by getting Fish at the bottom of the main stairs, and then from there, the advantage just kind of catapulted them into such an advantageous position where they were able to. They had more bodies eventually. That's what it came down to. They had more bodies than Berserkers, and they were able to hold on to that defense. Though that was a good attempt, Bloodrain getting the diffuser planted and getting some support from Bass, who was to be his cover. In the end, though, it just didn't really quite work out for them. Right now, it seems there are some technical difficulties with one of the players, so we will be going into a short pause as he gets that fixed out. And we'll take the opportunity to remind you that there is a giveaway still going on right now. It's very simple. What is Valkyrie's real name? You can find that on Instagram and on Twitter as well. Just, give us your answer, and then you stand yourself the chance to win rather, a mouse mat and a jersey.
What is Valkyrie's real name? Like your Olympus, just give us your answer, and if you get it right, you'll be entered into a draw for a very good mouse pad, and a really cool WLE t-shirt. So yeah. 2-0 VYBN. Berserkers, their attacks haven't been too bad, but it just looks to crumble towards the end, and that's something that we've seen with a lot of teams in this South African league, where the attacks start off strong, but towards the end it just all collapses. And that's not something you want to be seeing. You want your attacks to be strong from start to end, and capitalize on the attacks and punish the defenders for overpeaking. But that's something we did not see VYBN doing. They were not giving themselves up. They were holding really good angles, really one-sided angles. You saw Wicked and Wasteful both get a pick from those angles, and no punishment from that because it's a very tight angle. There's no way to get a refrag off of that. So that was just 2 free picks off the board without a chance of a refrag, and I like that from VYBN. Berserkers need to set themselves up in a position where refrags are not an uncommon thing. If you aren't getting refrags, you're not doing it right, because your refrags are just what keeps the game in order and keeps the defenders, or attackers for that matter, in check, because you need everything to just keep it close. And yeah, people are saying that stream is not working. Delphox just messaged me now saying stream's still not working. I'll check.
It's rather unfortunate, but we can continue talking about the South African scene. And from my perspective, I'm just one man with 2 eyes, so I don't see the whole scene for what it is in its entirety. But in my experience, I saw a while back, actually, when it was still Vanguard, that the meta was more of very aggressive within the first half of the round, and then it kind of devolves from there. Though in the WLE 10K, it's kind of shifted and it's more in line with the 20-second meta. I don't know what can be said if there is a unique South African meta. From your opinion, where you stand, Sunset, what do you think?
Sorry, I'm just checking if stream is working and stuff. Yeah, it says stream looks like it is frozen. Okay. Yeah, we can get into game. All right, so it looks like stream is working and back. So, all right, let's get back into the action here. VYBN lead 2-0.
All right, we're back with the action. Couldn't be more excited to get to see these 2 teams duke it out.
Attackers need to
And
locate
VYBN will be
defuse
defending
bombs.
on Jim as their third site. So nothing too out of the ordinary. Yesterday we saw, was it DNK when they were defending Consulate? They started off with such an off pick on the Archive, Stellar's bomb site, and then they went lobby. So it's good to see that there's some more standard, more inline picks coming out from VYBN here, as they have a castle. I would have expected to see a flash, I guess, on such a site. She does make sense, but there'll be none of that. There'll be an Aruni, a Wamai, a Mute, and a Jaeger.
Nice. Alright, and we're also seeing a Lion, which is, honestly, Lion is such a strong operator. Like, if you want to deal with a very strong player, let's say, if Wicked is just popping off and he's on a roamer, he's not, but let's say he is on a roamer, and you want to deal with him, you drone him out, you can pop that Lion, and then you got wall hacks on him if he moves, and he's just stuck in a position, so it really is a free kill if you can use him properly, if you have that coordination, but if you don't, obviously, it's not the best operator to take, as, look, he has a good run, but then if you aren't using his big brother, what is it again? The Lion...
E1D.
EE1D, I was going to say EED. But it is not an EED, EE1D. If you can use that correctly with your teammates and get that communication, you can really get some really free and easy kills. And you have 3 of them, so that could really be 3 kills, but it's not most of the time, and I like this angle from Fish, being held onto that rotation inside of construction leading into leadership. And here we go, Jacuzzi Breach being open fast, taking, I'm not too sure when this was, but he took a lot of damage, probably from those feed holes that he made, and he's dropped to about 5 HP. They spot out Wicked playing inside a cache, and we just see the reinforcement come out from Wasteful there, reinforces off that thing with a bathroom so that he cannot be peeked from there, and that's just an extra layer of defense for himself over there. Kiss taking a lot of damage, and right now the damage is in favor of VYBN as Beserkers try and take control of the CCTV cache side, as Wicked presents himself and is not giving that up anytime soon.
Wicked is holding onto this cache with his life. He has his magnets, he has reinforcements, a mute jammer, everything is set up in such a way that he's just not going to give them control of this west-eastern side of the map as quickly as they would like. 1 minute and 10 is what's left on the clock right now, and Beserkers need to find that opening kill. And as I say that, the opening kill for this round goes in the favor of VYBN. Wicked is there, he's still holding on to cash, he's not gonna give them an inch whatsoever. The second E1D is popped, none from VYBN is moving. Red light, green light is the game that's being played right now, and it seems like VYBN are winning as the time is on their side, and they also have the man advantage. Just look at the utility that's still set up, the castle barricades, the renegates, and they have a C4. My, an ill-timed jump in from Bass capitalizing on the E1D, but Wicked is there to find the kill as he has the angles. He's going for a third and a fourth as there are 2 bodies right now in CCTV. Fishno gets an opening kill for his team. Wistful is off the board, and then Wicked follows soon after. It might be a little bit too late as there's just 15 seconds left. Bodies are falling left, right, and center, and right now Fish and Rich Boy are left on the attacking side.
Very good attack so far, coming out 2 versus 2 right now with 5 seconds on the clock. Tearpill dropped and he's downstairs. He's the only man right now. Then you get this plant off. Rich Boy has the diffuser in hand. 1 second on the clock. He needs to stop planting, and here it is. The plant starts coming up, and the defender's going to walk up the stairs. He's able to pick up Fish, and it's a 1 versus 1. He has to stick the diffuser. Rich Boy so low as he gets the plant down and gets into the bottom. And here it is. He's aiming way too high. He's unable to get the kill. Tearpill picks up the kill and picks up the round 5, and that is 3-0 on the board. That is so unlucky. He was just aiming a little bit too high. Thought he was going to peek a little bit closer, but people went for a wide swing from afar and picks up the round. And right now they're running away with it, 3-0 on this defending side.
Beautiful clutch from Tearpill there in the post-plant situation, able to get the kill onto Fish, who was supposed to be the cover on the main stairs, and then he peeks around and finds Rich Boy on such low HP. It was difficult for him to do much in that situation, but he did make the right decision by going down on the floor. But like you said, his aim was just a little bit too high there, and in the end, it was another round in the bag for VYBN Esports. So 3-0 up is the scoreline right now. It's quite an advantage that VYBN are eking out for themselves, and I think that this is the point where Beserkers need to get around in. Otherwise, it's just going to be too much of a differential for them to catch up.
Yeah,
Attackers need to locate and defuse
that
bombs.
attack looked very strong from Beserkers. Everything was away. Fish was unable to land the shot on the castle that was rotated on main stage. I like the idea there from who was up there, like the kid there, right? I like the idea to go below and stop this diffuser, but they didn't have the intel on where he was planting, and in the end he had to retake side fucking decision. You have every advantage in the book there. Fish, you have to win those gunfights, you have to hit those shots, and he was unable to do that, and in the end it just collapsed on top of Beserkers. VYBN are starting to look, like you said, running away with it, getting a little bit too far away for comfort of Beserkers right now, 0-3. But if the attacks are as strong as that one from now on, we
Attackers are
definitely
moving
could be
out to
seeing a
locate
game
a
on our
bomb.
hands.
Attackers bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Might just
Attackers have
be
recovered their
the
diffuser.
game that we're all hoping for as we go into round number 4. Berserkers are setting themselves up to attack CCTV, and they have 3 hard breaches this time, not messing around whatsoever. They want to get this wall open, but as we know, that's not enough. The mistakes that Dark Esports were making yesterday night on their attacks was that they were way too one-sided. So once you get that main wall on CCTV open, you need to get some other pressure from construction maybe and just pinch onto the side. So hopefully that's what Berserkers are gonna do as the hard breaches are walking away at this wall. It's not the neatest thing to see, to be honest, but nonetheless it's going to get the job done here as the first exothermic charge pops off. There is roam presence from the defenders though, as Fever and Pierpil are on their own. Wicked here is in pool as well. He surely will get pinched here as there's the Zofia there. Fever gets down, I'm not entirely sure where from. It looks like it's all the way outside from the kitchen hallway door. Good shot there from the fish. Sorry, from Kist. I'm so used to Fish playing Ash, but he's playing Zofia this time. And Kist with the
Oh my
second
goodness.
one onto Wicked there, slow walking up that hallway and securing himself another kill. And it's 3 players left for VYBN, and all 5 still alive for Berserkers. This is, I think, the first time we've seen the mana advantage so much in favor of the attackers.
That was an insane shot from Kiss. Very well played as he slow peeked into Wicked. Oh, yeah, Wicked, and Wicked was unable to react fast enough. That was a really good shot from him. Reaction time on point as he's able to get up into construction. And this is a lot of pressure onto VYBN right now. The 3 versus 5, you still have that Alder being able to spray down many plays that we've seen it happen quite a few times. Bloodrain taking a lot of damage. I'm not too sure if it's by one of their own teammates. There's I heard an explosion go off, or if there's a C4 from Kixie. As we have to see, yeah, there's a C4 from Kixie. 50 seconds in the clock, so we still have time, but that's the intel we need to see fast. Great shot. 5 versus 2 as look at these defenders' positions right now. 1 on top of Red and 1 inside of Garrett. So they have the positions to stop this attack and be able to just really hold off these attackers, but we just see a little jiggle peeking coming out from Rich Boys. He's teasing us right now, peeking, and okay, so now they know exactly where it is, but look, all the focus is on him and nothing on the end of the side. Tirpio picks up Rich Boy, that's the one that I said they were concentrating on, he's dead. And now they still have these bullet holes to play around. 20 seconds of clock, attackers really spending their time here, but 3 versus 2, Tirpio picks up another, now it's a winnable round for VYBN. And a 2 versus 2 all of a sudden, it's all just collapsing on top of these attackers. 1 versus 2, it's all down to Fish. This hold was insane, and he walks past this defender. He flicks onto him. Great shot, but it's 5 seconds. He's going prone on the right, and he's able to pick him up, and that's a great 2 versus 5 for VYBN. They had the position, and they had the kills. It was looking so good for Berserkers, but they just played it so well there. Oh my goodness.
My word, I feel kind of guilty for maybe casting Berserkers there, because I said it's the first round where we've seen the mana advantage be so well into their favor. As Kiss started the round off with 2 huge kills onto the roamers who are in that, I guess, bathroom, pool table, kitchen side of the map. But then, what a 2v5 comeback, man, from VYBN. Like you said, Sunset, they had the positioning, 1 on top of rafters, 1 on top of red stairs, and I don't know what was going on the side of Berserkers. It seemed like they were just throwing bodies at the wall, throwing bodies at the problem and falling one by one. And oh my, they weren't even able to get that diffuser planted. Whew. It's kind of difficult to have watched that if you're a fan for Berserkers, but nonetheless, they are looking strong. As this round progress, the attacks are looking stronger. So hopefully this is going to be where that strength equates into a round on the board, as right now, 4-0 up is not good if you're Berserkers.
Most definitely, it really is not looking too good for them, but like we were saying, the position was just so strong. They had 50 seconds, they really did have time to just drone the 2 defenders out and know where they are. I think they did know that Tirpil was on the Valkyrie on top of Red, but they just couldn't deal with him because he was playing with bullet hold and the But other than that, there's not much else Berserkers could have done. That was just very well played from the last 2 players of VYBN. Now we go back downstairs. There is no reinforcements on this dirt, so that should be really easy for Berserkers to take. just open up and take control of if he does want to do that, but he's going to be just going up vertical, and they're going to play their way down right now. Drone clear, and then back downstairs, and I like this droning. This is a droning that we didn't see from Vanguard yesterday. They know that there's 3 people upstairs. This is very much so an SSG-type defense on the bottom floor, so this roam clear is going to be very important for Richboy. And that's not good, because that's one of your fraggers off the board as Wicked.
Oh.
Did he pick him up from Oil Pit, I'm pretty sure? Is that just behind him?
I think so, yeah, actually.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, look at this. 3 players upstairs. This is a very strong defense. Wicked is the only one downstairs. If they droned out Dirt, they could have just rushed him. If Kiss just rushes downstairs right now, picks up Wicked, that's the only person there, and you've just picked up the person playing solo on the 2nd floor. This is just SSG. This is literally just the SSG strat minus the mute. Plus the
yeah, absolutely. The Vigil, the Castle, the Mozzie, and this is a standoff here between Rich Boy and Kixie. They are not aware of each other's positions, but they are aware of each other's sounds, and Kixie makes the peek over here. Rich Boy is not aware. He has his back turned, and he gets shut down so easily there. It's a free pick for the defenders, and it's looking worse for the attackers as they've lost the buck, they've lost the Zofia, so these castle barricades are going to be a problem. Though they still do have an Ash and they still do have an Ace. What they need to work on right now is not so much the utility, but the Roamers there, and Wasteful is gone, so it's looking better now. And second one, Bass is just going monster right now in this bathroom. It's falling apart for VYBN, who I said were playing so well. Right now, though, this is the man of the moment as he gets yet another easy kill onto Bass, and just easy kills for him right now. They're kind of giving him free play.
2 seconds ago, I say this looks like a round that Beserkers are not going to be able to even contest. But right now, their positions are also very strong. Although they aren't playing together, they have these solo positions that are very strong, and that's the main pick that you need, because the last player's upstairs, and they don't know this just yet, but they should, because last player got killed from upstairs. You should know that the site is free. They're just finding the plant going down, but they're unaware of position. That's triple kill for Kixie. If he puts it, that's what he is finally unable to do. Kiss shuts him down, and that's finally a round for Beserkers. Oh, that must feel so good, and that's a round that I really did not think VYBN were going to lose, and yet again they did. But that's 2 rounds now for the 2 consecutive rounds that we've seen that team should not be winning, wins the round. So I'm very happy for Beserkers. They're able to finally pick up a fight and pick up a round and put in a fight, in this map. And that's very good for their confidence, as it looks like we're going to be going back to a default hold downstairs, as the SSG roam doesn't work. You're not SSG, it probably won't work for you.
A good observation there from you, Sunset. The 2v5 comeback for VYBN on round number 4, and then also that back and forth round. Wow, none of those teams should have been able to win that. But in the end, Kiss was there to find the kill onto Vikixi. Vikixi was doing so well on that roam, and I don't know if it's that they weren't aware of his position, because you can make the argument that he was a mod, so he could have been a difficult thing to draw out because his best would have been making that job difficult. Or maybe it's, I don't know, lack of information on the side of Beserkers, but he was just finding them with their backs turned to him. He was in positions he weren't expecting anyone to be in, and he was just getting free picks. But in the end, I think, yeah, even the planter, Blood Drain, who was planting the defuser, he was not aware of him dropping down Moto. But in the end, it came down to a 1v1, and I don't think it could have been any closer than that. Kids was there to find the final pick, and that gives his team the first round, which has got to be feeling good right now if you're Beserkers, because they surely needed that. It would have been a whitewashing, but now at least we know it's not going to be a 7-0.
Most definitely. This is very good for VYBN though. This is what they needed, because also yesterday, coming out of that game that they lost 2-0 in the Metal State series, Pro Series now I think. I'm not entirely sure what game it was, but it was very unfortunate as they went down 2-0 to Phoenix. 7-1, 7-3 or 4 was the scoreline in the end. And coming out of that, you really do need a little bit more confidence right now going into these games. It's exactly what they're gathering right now with these 4 rounds. But may I just say, Boss, he's playing really well on that Hibana. He's shutting it down, shutting people down, and getting walls open. So I do like that, but I would like to see a little bit more intel from these from the side of Berserkers. They do get the intel early round, but there's no flank drones. And we saw 2 people die to someone that was behind them, and that's not what you'd like to see last round. It was I think it was both the Mozzie actually. Yeah, the Kixie. He was able to pick 2 players that weren't even aware of his position, and that's not very good. You do need to get that intel and know what's happening around you, not just in front of you.
Oh, absolutely. And right now what's happening is VKix is peeking the hatch, trying to find yet another easy pick, but they're not going to give him to him. No, they're not going to give it to him just yet. Bloodrain is the one challenging the angle right now, not finding anything whatsoever. I'm kind of curious as to how Beserkers have set themselves up, as they do have a sledge, but they're not opening the floor in kitchen, which is, I guess, rather curious, because usually you'd want to get those anchors out of their power positions in kitchen. And right now we can see 2 of them. What a shot from Fish on the bottom of main stairs, and he makes his way into Moto, trying to move on with that momentum. A C4, no, actually an impact from which will come out and deny the Selma charge. Right now, they are setting themselves up for another take, and this is good time management from them. Fish is in a good position, so is Wasteful though behind the bar. So it's just going to be an absolute bad fest as Bas finds a kill onto VKP. Things are picking off here as we go into the execution sunset.
This is what we like to see. Now they actually have the positions. They have the crossfires. They have everything set up. They have the intel. They want to move in blue, and they have these people playing on the hatches above. They're actually utilizing everything they have done the entire round now, and they're putting a lot of pressure on these attackers. This is what we're saying. They're moving on into site. This is the execute that we wanted to see earlier, and it's only going to be given to us now. Kiss missing a couple of shots, but the plant is going down, and I highly doubt he'll be able to stop this one, as it falls into 15 seconds, but 0 seconds, and the plant is down 5 versus 2. Retake now for VYBN. Richboy, he pushes up, missing the shots, and he's stopped with main gun. He actually gets the kill on Tia Pill. What a waffle fest. And it's all down to Kievo, who has no HP and not really much hope, as he's going to be shut down from Richboy. Flawless round for Berserkers, first flawless round in the series, and that's not gunfights you should be winning, Richboy. 2 gunfights that he waffled on about, and still won. And it was both the SAS players. You can't be missing those shots. VYBN, but in the end they do take the half 4-2, but 2 rounds in favor of VYBN is, I mean, in favor of Berserkers is very good. Great shot from Fish. He knew where he died from last time. He's like, not again, Wicked. I'm not gonna have you them destroy me from that angle. So no, watch this, and then he pre-fired him. But now it's interesting because now we see a CCTV cache with Castle. Right? Is it gonna stick or no? It looks like it's gonna stick. CCTV cache room with Castle. The only reasonable thing I can think of is the Castle's gonna be helping out downstairs, maybe trying to stop the Ash T.
Defenders, protect your
Thank
bombs
you.
from
Very
being
cool.
defused by
I think he's gonna be playing downstairs, maybe castling off a couple things down there inside a lounge or something, and just helping out there. No, it's gonna be. This is very weird to see. They're just giving them master bedroom, that sort of stuff, and it looks like they might just be holding construction with that castle. If that castle goes under the window, I'm very skeptical of this strat, and it looks like that's exactly what's going to happen. You don't ever want to put a castle onto the window, because it's just so easy to just, bust open. You have, like, just a sledge can, and they do exactly have a sledge. A sledge can just come over there, that's one of your castles gone. On the door as well, I'm not entirely sure I agree with these castle placements, but
you know what? Now that I think about it, Castle is rather an odd pick considering the site. What I would have loved to see though is his barricade being placed on that door that leads to red stairs, if that makes any sense, so that it can block off some of the concussions that Zofia will be sending in, trying to get the bandit trigger off the wall. Right now, Bass is playing bandit. Appears he's not bandit actually. I'm kind of wondering what the illusion is waiting for with that blood drain. What's he doing with that impact? I don't really know. But the attention definitely is on that wall. And like you said, there was one castle barricade just dispatched off so quickly. On that window, didn't really gain them much.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you want to play that castle, the only thing I can... Ooh, threading the needle, but he gets the needle thread upon him as Wicked's taken off the board. 5 versus 4 in favor of Beserkers now. And that castle was opened by Wicked, but Wicked's head was opened by Richboy. The only place I could see us being is downstairs around lounge area, maybe holding off the push from below, because look, they decided VYBN had nothing to get this wall open, like from the actual breach. They have to go below and get these bandits, and that's exactly what they do. And now the wall's open. So those castles, I don't agree with them, but let's just see if they're able to make them work. I do hope Berserk is able to find this round right now. That was a great shot from Rich Boy, throwing it off Wicked's head. C4 coming up and not being able to find anything as Kiva backs off. He's feeling the pressure right now, and a great shot from Bars as he's not looking the right way, and he's being able, and Tia Peel is able to get a free kill from behind. 1 minute 15 on the clock right now, and this round is looking very equal.
It's definitely looking so even to both these teams right now, none getting significant advantage over the other. Though if we look at the top left and do a quick utility check on the side of the defenders, they don't have any C4s left, but they do have 4 impacts. So there's tons of plant denial, I guess, if you can use your impacts to deny plants, but they don't have a smoke either. So when it comes down to the wire, they might be in a tough position. On the side of the attackers, though, they are positioning themselves, they are getting the yellow pings and their drones in position to find where they can make that push into this defense and get the plant down. Right now, though, construction and garage are the places to watch out for. Spearfield is still trying to get the wall open. Will an impact deny it? No, but VTX will deny Kist. And then Kiva followed with a kill onto Fish. So Rich Boy and Bloodrain, yet again, the last one left alive. Rich Boy gets 1 shot from Red Stairs and he needs to find 3 more. Bloodrain assists him and then Rich Boy finds another. Kiva and Kixie are gone off the board. Spearfield is the last man left alive here and he attempts to go for the diffuser and impact. No, he pushes himself in. Bloodrain is there and he gets off the diffusers. There was no time left. Beserkers win it and it's 3 rounds in a row for them. Even, I think that is as even as it gets, Sunset, as they are now 1 round away from equalizing with VYBN.
That is a very good round. Although VYBN had the man advantage, they did not have the time, and all Berserkers had to do was play a little bit aggressive. And that's exactly what they did. They were able to equalize it into a 2 versus 2. And with 6 seconds on the clock, 2 versus 2, the plant isn't even going down. There's not much you can do. I really like that play from the last 2 players of Berserkers, and they definitely deserved that round. It was a very well played out round. Towards the end over there, I still will say it again. I don't agree with the castle, but I agree with how that round played out. That was very well played from the players there, and just every little micro adjustment, the placement, the positioning from these defenders, and how aggressive they were playing throughout the round is very strong. Although, yes, they were down 2-4, those kills were needed from VYBN. As Berserkers, there were 20 seconds left. They could have played. They can play aggressive, right? If they're able to get another pick for themselves, that's really good because the round looks even more in favor of yours. But they weren't able to get the picks. But it just translated into a round for themselves because VYBN just had no time.
Yeah, it was a good round from both teams, but like you said, at the end, not enough bodies, not enough time for VYBN to make that diffuser plant, to make that attack. I don't know, man. They kind of stalled out. Once they got the wall open and then they got some presence in construction, they kind of stalled out, and I'm not entirely too sure why. But nonetheless, we go into round number 8, and Bloodrain on the defense is playing a Rook, which once again will reference the stats that were collected by our main man, Levi. And it looks like Rook has been played only 5 times so far, so make that 6 times now that Bloodrain is playing a Rook. What do you think of Rook? I mean, they made some changes right to how the body armor works, so especially in relation to Kali's shots, because he has a very powerful rifle. So what do you make of this pick?
Rook, I could probably only see one reason you're picking Rook for that 2 times on that MP5, because on this site there are quite a few long angles you want to hold, especially that hallway inside a blue maybe, so quite a few long angles that you can hold with that one pick. But Kist, he's shut down off the board. Wicked, the room clear coming out, wasting a good amount of time there, but in the end he's not able to get anything other than that. And yeah, that's what I was saying. Bloodrain's going to be holding these long angles with Rook, but not in the most powerful position right now as we see Fish still positioned on his mainstay, so main hallway is not going to be any point of ingress just yet. As I say that, Fish is pushed, but he missed his shot. Yeah, but that should have been a kill. but it wasn't, and he's able to get out as well. Flash is coming out, and now is where that Rook is going to come into play. These attackers are going to have to push down these stairs into that hallway, and Blood Drain's going to be able to stop them if it comes down to it, though. 1 minute 10 seconds to the clock. Kieva's hammer not doing hammer things. There it is, finally working yet again. And now they're sort of saying, oh yeah, go to play. They have a good amount of time. They're in a good position. They got the hatch open. They have the man advantage. This round, it looks like it should be going to VYBN.
It does look that way, but at the same time, Beserkers have a lot of information in Rich Boy's cameras, which some of them still haven't been dealt with over in this pool and bar side of the map. The impact trick comes out and it's actually able to get rid of those X-Kairos. So good job on Rich Boy there. And right now 30 seconds are left. Time advantage is in the side of the defenders as VYBN will start to panic a little bit here, trying to find an ingress into sight. As we see Wicked here at the bottom of Moto, he finds a kill onto Fish. And that's good job onto him as he's opening things up for his teammate. Kiva is still here at the bottom of main stairs. They are trying to go for a church take as they're opening the wall. Wicked yet another onto Bass and a team kill there. Curiously, I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe it's some confusion as Rich Boy is the last one left alive, but then he's instantly dispatched off by VKixi, and the comeback that I was thinking would be brought out has now been slowed down a little bit as VYBN are back in the lead.
Most definitely, they're still in the lead. Nothing's changed there. I feel like that round really could have gone to Beserkers because Fish just was caught with his pants at his heels, really looking the wrong way as he walked on into blue. So I'm not too sure what he was doing there. And then Bass didn't need to peek that. Yes, I know you're in a position where it's a 5 versus 3, but with 15 seconds, you could probably just go prone. They're not going to be able to drone you out. You can just go prone behind that table and watch a really dumb angle and probably get 1 or 2 picks. And that's not what happened. He just swung and died, and in the end it was TPL. The only kill for Beserkers that side was a team kill. Like, on the
Yeah, it was unfortunate. It was unfortunate, but as a defender, when the time pressure is starting to get to you and you don't have the man advantage, the question is, do you get aggressive to try and even things out? Because that's a gamble. If you get too aggressive and then you get picked off, that's even more advantage you're giving to your enemies there. So a curious decision that Mark had to make in those last dying seconds of the round. Didn't quite work out for them, but they'll try to fix their mistakes as they go back to church again, and this time it's going to be, I think, just a repetition of the attack that VYBN made last round, as it worked out for them. We're gonna probably see Wicked and was it VKixi who was on the Ash last round go to the top floor and then work their way up there, try to get rid of. It wasn't Kist who was playing Jaeger last time.
It was Kist.
It was him? Yeah, he was playing Jaeger and he was caught on the master bedroom bed just looking the wrong side. So hopefully this time he's a bit more aware of that.
I don't like the fact that he's playing upstairs on his own. I would definitely appreciate if maybe... Oh no, Fish is upstairs with him. I was about to say, I'd appreciate if Fish was upstairs with him. With his Mozzie press, which will stop the droning. And right now, they know where he is. They know what's happening, and Kist has to fall back out of construction. Into construction, sorry, as the attackers are able to get control of cache CCTV. This should not be the very unprovoked peak here, as his teammate Fish falls. 1 minute off the clock, 4 versus 5. Kist is honestly as good as dead. Yes, they don't know where he is, and that's a great shot from Kieva. That's what I'm saying. As good as dead. Not the best thing. I wish the hatch was open so you can drop the hatch and just leave that, get back to sight so you can help your teammates later on in the round. And this is just a repeat of the round last time that you were seeing. Not much time has been wasted just yet by Beserkers, and it's not the fight that you want after losing two of your defenders, 2 of your fraggers, 2 of the best players on your team, most definitely. And it's not looking too good right now. I really do think we can be seeing match point.
That might very well be the case, and 1 minute and 15 seconds is what stands between us and finding out whether VYBN go to match point or whether Beserkers put another round on the board. this defense of theirs on church kind of isn't working because they have the idea of roaming up top, and Wicked is trying to find another pick here, but he's not able to land a kill onto Blood, and he just dances around for two, not able to find one, but he peeks yet again, and then he's there, he's killed off. So Rich Boy and Bart are the ones who are left, and he's coming down yet again to another church take. Bass here is the one who's going to stop things off from the side of Moto. He finds, no, actually he doesn't find a peak, but he knows that there's so much pressure coming here as he's getting flashed. He gets the diffuser, he peeks out aggressively, but is not able to find another kill. It's right now just Rich Boy left. He's got to stop Wicked from planting this diffuser. He's got 23 seconds to work with. Right now,
Exactly.
slowing down.
Rich Boy all on his lonesome, 40 seconds on his diffuser, and he does swings coming out. He knows he's pinched behind these box. This is match point for VYBN, ladies and gentlemen. 30 seconds. Bars shouldn't have pushed up so aggressively. He got the pick. He should have just walked up, still aiming. He probably could have picked up kicks. He has on this round, would have been a lot different. But right now, it just looks like Rich Boy is unable to do anything as he's just cornered all in this humility right now. He has ping, but he doesn't have the time, and that is the round. Oh, VYBN. That's what we thought, really. When we saw those first two picks, there was really not much else that that Beserkers could have done.
Yeah, let's talk about those first two picks though, because I was saying Beserkers have the idea of we want to roam and we want not there to be one person because that didn't work out in round number 8, but we want there to be two people roaming. So Fish and Kist were the ones who were tasked with roaming, but I feel like that's not enough. They needed additional setup. We didn't see any sort of utility, be it maybe for Mozipes, but we didn't see reinforcements, we didn't see like ADSs or Banshees or anything of the sort in that cache and master bedroom side of the map. So just being two players there, and they were getting pinched from multiple angles. Kiva was there from master bedroom, and then Fish fell, and then soon after it was his teammate, and maybe if they would have invested in, I don't know, reinforcing castle barricade or something of the sort, it would have turned out different. But right now it's match point, so they need to play their hearts out if they want to walk away with Clubhouse. If they lose though, it's not the end of the world because it's a best of 3, there's still Cafe to come, so if they win there, we could go to map number 3, which is Oregon.
They do still have that second map and third map for that matter, like we're saying, but yeah, two roamers is fine, just they were not playing together. If they were playing together and playing off of each other, I definitely could have seen a refrag coming out when Fish died by Kiss, and then you could have just fell back with a 4 versus 4 instead of it being a 3 versus 5. So, questionable decisions made, but decisions under pressure, it's tough for you to clear your mind like that. But match point 3-6, Beserkers aren't doing too badly. They have posted up 3 rounds. All in all, not the worst performance we could see. It was looking a lot worse earlier when it was 4-0. Right now, it's something. It's something. So.
Yeah, there's definitely something to be said about how that proximity alarm bounces off of Bass. But yeah, Beserkers are doing well, and we've seen in the past where, and I'm sure you all at home relate to this, right? You're in ranked, you get to match point, but just unable to convert that into a win. And we've seen that happening in competitive as well, where you just are stalled there on round number 6, and then the enemy team just gets one round, and then another, and then another, and then they finally catch up to you, and they take you to overtime and win. So maybe that could be what we need to see here from Beserkers, that comeback possibility, that comeback potential, as the setup this time is so solid. A minute and 20-something seconds have gone, and VYBN haven't been able to crack it. Nothing much is happening except for droning.
Yeah, that was almost the case with Regicide or Bravado and Runshot Blue when they were like winning, I think like 6-2 or something, and then it almost came down to Runshot winning. But they didn't in the end, and Regicide were able to just clean it up, but it was very close. Anyway, Beserkers, VYBN, that's the game right now. Kist, he's off the board, 4 versus 5, yet again, an advantage in favor of VYBN. Blood Rain just misses. The Ash rotating from around. Stockfish taking a little bit more damage. And Kiva posted up inside this construction. They know where they are. Look, there's just a lot of pressure coming out from these attackers onto these defenders. 50 seconds on the clock, so if these defenders are able to score a little bit more, maybe even pick up 1 or 2 kills here and there, they could definitely take this round and head on into another one. But as I say, that Boss is taken out. Blood Drain picks one up for himself, so 3 versus 4 as Clearpill is down. And Blood Drain with a double for himself, but he's down. It's all down to Rich Boy, just while Wicked picks up Fish on his own. So it's just the person playing inside a garage. They know where he is, and that is the map in favor of VYBN.
VYBN Esports lead the series off here with a 1-0. They take the 7 rounds they needed to against the 3 of Beserkers, and it's GH, good half there in the chat for VYBN Esports, as they started off things rather strongly with a significant 4-0 lead, and then after that, Beserkers were able to put a few rounds on the board. Eventually, it wasn't enough. But look at Wicked, though, walking out of there with 16 kills. A commendable performance, to say the very least.
That was a very good performance from just everyone on VYBN, really. It just went their favor, went their way, and Berserkers need to put up a little bit more of a fight in this next map, as we will be heading on into it's Cafe, right?
Yeah, Cafe.
Yeah, so we did see Berserkers play on Cafe before. I'm not entirely sure who it was and who. I think it was against Runshark White, actually, on Cafe. It was 7-2.
I'm
right?
not entirely too sure either, but if there's one thing you can be sure of in life, it's death, taxes, and trouble. Right now, VYBN are the ones who are bringing the trouble against Beserkers, as their defenses, VYBN, super watertight, airtight, solid. Nothing much can be said other than Beserkers need to find an answer to how they can get the opening picks, because I feel like that's where they were struggling. Opening picks and the refrag game is where Beserkers need to step up a little bit.
Yeah, they really do need to, like, that intel, that late round intel, the flank watch needs to be set up there. I'd like to see maybe a Nomad or a Gridlock being played by these players, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be starting out on defense now, as VYBN started on defense last round, and Cafe also being a very defender-sided map. Most maps really being defender-sided other than Coastline, and maybe Consulate also a pretty 50-50 map. But other than that, most maps in today's day and age are very one-sided in favor of the defender.
Absolutely. And Cafe, what really can be said about this map except that it's kind of become a textbook for how to play Siege, right? Because on that top floor, the attack really is well written at this point. You get the hatches open, you take control of the red stairs, you get into ticket, you get into that piano side of the map, push the person out of pixel, and then from there collapse onto the site either through white or through planting in many of the plantable positions in bar. And the story is much the same for the other bomb sites on this map. What I can say about playing on Cafe as a defender is you do have a lot of choice of where you can defend, which can't be said about many of the sites in this game. Particularly Border. I remember before Border got its rework, when defending bathroom tellers. Good luck to you on that one. But Cafe has a lot of options, I would say.
A lot of very solid options as well, as almost all sites are very viable to play on, as it looks like we'll be heading on into this game shortly, I assume. Just waiting. We do have to look at the roam game. Like last map, we saw roam game coming out from both of these teams. VYBN roam game did look a lot stronger than Berserker's roam game. And heading on into Cafe, it's also a pretty roam heavy site on a couple of these. Almost not really a roam. I'd say it's more of an extend upstairs, like when you're playing Reading Room, you extend upstairs as players. When you're playing Kitchen, normally you turtle, but sometimes you extend a couple players upstairs, and that would also be a roam. Whereas when you play upstairs, you would have maybe one player playing downstairs with a C4, try and get a pick, stuff like that. But we saw VYBN really strong on their roam game, playing together, getting the refrags off of each other. And I like to see that. We just need to see Berserkers put that sort of roam up as well. Where they do have the roamers, they do have the numbers there, but nothing really happening.
Talking about the defense on VYBN, round number 4 is where we saw that 2v5 comeback clutch. And I think what you can take away from there, you called it perfectly, is the positioning. The last 2 defenders were so well positioned. There was one on the top of red stairs, there was another in rafters, and from there they could just really shut off all the choke points from where the attackers could walk in. And it was such a dire situation, if you're in a 2v5 and you're able to win it, I feel like that confidence can just really radiate throughout the whole team. And just after that, you got to be shouting in the comms, "Let's go, boys, we got this." And that kind of energy it does a lot to boost the mental game of your teammates.
So true. Really, really true. Just because you are winning the game, you also have to be winning the game mentally, as that is a very big factor in this game. And we're just waiting on Berserkers right now, as we haven't heard back from them. Not too sure.
Well, while we continue to wait, I think we can go into a short intermission, but we'll be back in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Oh, they're ready. Okay, cool. No intermission is needed. And
Never mind.
here we go. Second map, Beserkers versus VYBN.
Beserkers versus VYBN indeed, and we're going to Cafe. Last time, or rather last map, we saw Thatcher, Jackal, Kaid, and Mira being banned. Pretty standard, and Kaid was, like, I guess you could only say the map-specific ban we saw last time. This map, I don't know if there is a map-specific ban, like Clash on Oregon on the bottom floor, how she can be such a pain. Pancake, I'm looking at you. But I'm gonna go with pretty much the same bans we saw last map. What do you think?
Yeah, Capital, that is very strong, and especially on this map, going to deal with that pixel, which is very prevalent on 2 sites, being upstairs bar cocktail and downstairs reading and mining. Reading, dining, not mining. So Capital, very strong ban there. Thatcher also very strong on upstairs site, and honestly just most sites on this map. And Mira, definitely one of her best maps, so I'm glad to see her removed off the board. And last one, we could be might be seeing Wamai getting removed, if not maybe a Kaid even.
It would be interesting to see our Wamai removed, because then that would mean, I mean, Capital's direct counter is Wamai, right? And the fact that Capital is not on the board, what sense would it make to ban Wamai?
Fair enough. Maestro off the board, he's taken, he's gone, skadoosh. So we're going to be seeing Jaeger being played alongside Wamai, probably for those catching Selmas and just catching everything. He can catch Nomads, he can catch Selmas, he can catch absolutely everything. Zerf charges, 0 cameras. He cannot catch a Flores drone, but Flores is not legal just yet. So, yeah, Zofia. All right. We're going to be seeing Smoke, Vigil, Mute, Jaeger, and Wamai. Like I said, Wamai very, very strong on this map. So, right. Even though Capital being banned, Wamai, you're going to be seeing him quite a bit, especially in this cocktail area. Just brings a lot more utility alongside Jaeger. Jaeger doesn't have to do all the heavy lifting, and you can put his ADS in a few different positions with access to Wamai. So we'll be seeing Buck probably playing from below, as Sledge is not as useful on this side as Buck is for that vertical play. Opening up everything in freezer, bar, cocktail, and just everything really. Most of the site is just destructible. So fair enough. As we head on to this first round, I'm just going to grab some water if you can take over this round.
Right. Jaeger, it's interesting that Sunset has mentioned him as an operator who can catch so much utility, which I mentioned the other day is why he's so strong. He's such a difficult one to balance because he's really unique in terms of being the only one. Okay, only might be strong because Wamai kind of functions the same way, but he was the first one in the game and he has been here for such a long time to be the only one who
5
can really
seconds left.
just delete a grenade from the air. One catches it, yes, but it still goes off. And there have been debates about whether he should be able to catch the projectiles from the Gun 6, which aren't really projectiles if you think about it. They're bullets. And that's also something else that I kind of want to ramble about here. The Gun 6, I've not seen too much of it being played here in our competitive scene. I think I've seen it just once on a Dokkaebi, but that's about it. An interesting gun, because it's not really a gadget, it's not a device, it's a secondary weapon which has only one shot, if you're not aware, and that one shot is I don't know if I should call it explosive, but it's able to get rid of pretty much all kinds of utility on the defending side, as long as it's not eaten up by an ADS. Kist is able to run away just barely with his life as he's pushed away from Pixel. The grenades, the flashbangs, the shield was taken care of so easily, and he's out of it. He's now playing in bottom row, so still trying to put some kind of pressure on that side of the map, not giving VYBN such an easy time as they make their ingress here from the top of Red Stairs, like I called it, and now they're just going to set themselves up here, make some bullet holes onto this cigar shop. And what an early toxic bait that is thrown out there. Blood Rain, though, he goes down, so it's good. At least he got one off. I don't know if he'll be able to be picked up. Actually, Kills falls, and he's finished off. So Bathroom is now in the hands of the attackers. And then VKC finds another one. Fish, that's the Legion gone as well. Just half the round is gone. No more Goose will be able to be set down. Bass, though, takes things into his hands as he eliminates Wicked there. So it's right now essentially a 2v4 as Blood Rain hasn't been picked up yet. Bass tries to regain Pixel, and he's able to actually, as the swing comes out, he gets one before he's immediately, actually he just downs one before he's taken care of. And this round has gone so quickly,
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
so much action so quickly, and it's just Rich Boy once again. He seems to be the one just being left in this clutch situation. The C4 goes out, surely it gets one. Yes, that's Tearfil off the board, but it's not the one we want to find, as Wasteful was planting the diffuser. Giver, though, is there to finish him off. And a beautiful, quick attack coming from VYBN Esports. They start things off with another win on their attacks there. So Bar is, it's not looking too good for Beserkers, as they weren't able to hold on to it as long as they would have wanted to. That defense, I mean, it was worked through so quickly. We had something like a minute or so left, and people were just falling all over the place.
Very strong attack there, definitely. And I'd say a little bit too much happening on the side of Beserkers. Yeah, I do agree with that peak from Boss trying to retake Pixel, because I mean it's a 2 versus 5. Really, it's just a do or die play, and it just in the end didn't work out. But fair enough, you had like 3 people pushing it. But in the end, great attack from Beserkers, great shot from Kiever closing it out on Rich Boy. And yeah, 1-0 up as we're going to be going straight back to the side. That shield is not going to be staying up. You have to move it a little bit back for that ADS to catch absolutely anything.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Yeah, no, they're not moving the shield back. That's not good. That means that ADS is not going to be doing too much for that shield. That means you only have one ADS in essence.
10 seconds
It's
left
not
before
what you want to
insertion.
be having. Oh, no, all 3 being placed there. So that ADS though behind me is not going to catch anything either. So it's just one ADS. That actually.
Objective is to defuse the bomb.
I'm not sure if you know the meme where it's the dog sitting and then he's in a room full of fire and then he's
I'm fine. This
drinking
is
his
fine.
cup.
Everything's fine.
Yeah, this is fine. That was Kill's last round as he was sitting behind the shield, and flashbangs were being thrown, grenades were being thrown, and then the Zofia Champ got rid of the shield. So that shield that Pixel just fell really quickly last round, and I'm not too sure if Beserkers have made any attempts to adapt such that their presence on Pixel survives a little bit longer this round. As you can see, an Astral thrown in, it detonates. I'm not sure if it gets the shield or not.
It did. That's just one ADS there, and yep, that's what I'm saying. You only had one ADS on that shield there, essentially, because the other 2 were just positioned so terribly, because that shield was moved a little bit too far forward. If you move it backwards there, all 3 ADSs will work. We could try to go for a double C4 from Fish, and it's a 5 versus 3. Wow. Okay. that and Fish able to put up a little bit of ground there, but he's falling back. He realized Hatch was not a strong position for himself to be in, as one peek from this Hatch will take him out and equals things out just a little bit. But right now, they have the advantage. They have not lost a single HP on their board, and this round is looking very strong for them. If they can just hold it out and not give VYBN anything and just hold this side down, as I say that, that's not what you want to be doing. Fish, unprovoked peek there. Kixie loses about 50 HP, but that's a taxing shot. That's not what you want to be doing there, Fish. Unlucky, as yep, 4 versus 3 now. As the time dwindles down, so do the man count of Beserkers. Fish off the board, but it's close.
I mean, can you blame the man though? He got a double kill on a C4. He got that initial advantage for his team. So I'm thinking he wanted to keep the momentum going, keep the blood pumping and the adrenaline flowing, trying to get even yet more advantage there. But it was just too cocky, too arrogant, I would say, and he got himself killed in the process. Though getting rid of a Zephyr and a sledge, that's huge in terms of utility. The grenades are gone, the concussions and the impacts are off the board, as so much action happened in the early stages of this round, but we are left with 30 seconds to go and there's still so many people alive. It's going to be absolute mayhem here. Tearpill goes down the white, Hobby goes into bathroom, finds a kill onto Blurdrain, who was looking the wrong way, and then he finds Bass as well. Again, it's just Rich Boy, the last man being left alive in all these clutch situations. He has the world up against him. He's taking out the shotgun, not able to find kills with SMG-11, but Wasteful is there to shut him off. And he wasn't even able to get the down onto the Ash. Oh my. I mean, he wasn't able to get the kill onto the Ash. He was able to down her, but yo, the man has got to be saying, what more do you want from me? What more do you want me to do? Because he's just consistently the last man alive. And as the support player, that's good. As a smoke player, that's good. But it's not good enough to win them the round when bodies are just falling to angles that they were absolutely not expecting.
Yeah, that's it looked like a Berserkers round, but like I was saying, they're a little bit too aggressive there, Fish. You just had to hold down the site. You have the man advantage, don't give them anything. You can just play off each other, hold cross angle, and they will not be able to push. You know exactly where they are all pushing from. So it's just a little bit unfortunate.
Fortunate indeed, as the round count
Defenders,
is
protect your bombs from being
2-0
by
in
attackers.
the favor of VYBN Esports. So they have yet to lose a round in Cafe, as the defenders choose to try their luck in kitchen, move away from bar. Maybe those spirits are not lifting their spirits, and they decide to cook themselves a treat downstairs here. And they're going to set it up in such a way that the freezer side is fully reinforced, as is the bakery side. And then they've got double denial in Bass and Rich Boy, so the hard breach of Wasteful will have a hard time trying to get rid of those walls, though, given the fact that there's soft floor or ceiling, depending on how you look at it, above this site. The Sledge of Kiva will make quick work of the floor in trains and then just shoot out that utility and then get the wall open.
Get the wall open and get that count down and get that round on the board. I can hear myself through your mic. I'm not too sure what's up. But yeah, 2-0 on the board from VYBN. Not too great for Berserkers right now, as this is the same position we saw them in last map. Not able to get any early rounds, and that's what punished them. Not getting these rounds in the board in the beginning. You need to find a couple rounds, especially on this defense side. So if they can pick up 4 rounds, that would be amazing. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen because Fish is just wiped off the board, wiped off the face of the earth by Wicked. Wicked shot onto him.
Yeah, Fish is the one who's dying early, and then Kist follows him soon after. An easy kill, I would say, coming from Wicked there as we continue to take control of this bar, of this top floor of Cafe. They're having such an easy time at it as there's not much resistance from the defenders. The others who are left, the 3 of them, are safely back inside, so that is a good thing, not giving too many bodies away, though they have given map control away. So now as the floor starts to get open, as the ceiling explodes above them, they're going to have a tough time holding on to this kitchen.
Yeah. So now is where just this collapse fight, and it's happening so quickly already. The walls are being opened, the hatch is being opened, and the potency is multiple balls, like you said. being left by the sledge. But that's another
Oh.
double C4. That's a second one, and it brings things level. All of a sudden, this round looks very winnable. But is that enough? Because I don't think it will be enough right now. Because look at these players, wicked. There it is. That's what I was saying. Like, the double kill is very strong and very much so required, but I'm not sure if it's enough because VYBN right now are they know exactly where Rich Boy is. He didn't see the drone. So essentially, it's a wonderful. Is he AFK?
Is he AFK?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be AFK when.
Yeah, Rich
oh
Boy left
my.
the game. That is. Huh. Alright. Yeah, that double C4 was not enough, obviously. And it looks like we're going to be going into a pause here. Oof, that is very
We'll be going into a pause as we try to get Rich Boy back into the game. It appears he was kicked for inactivity. Though while you wait, we can talk about that last round because, like you said, that huge C4 coming out from Bass, it really did even things out there for them. But at the same time, I feel like there was too much aggression from him as he was trying to pick to get the Ash and he got eliminated. It's so difficult to fight a vertical angle when you're the one looking up.
It really does feel like that, hey. Like, it just... That C4 was very strong, but you can't be picking those fights after after that. Like, vertical play is just very, very strong, and it looks like we could be getting right back into the game. Rich Boy joined back, and... Cool. So... Tachanka?
All right, Tachanka. You know, I wanted to talk about Tachanka for so long because we've seen him. Have we? I don't think we have seen him. Let me consult the stats courtesy of Levi. Yeah, we've seen him once, just exactly once in this tournament so far.
Oh, twice.
And
We've seen twice. There we go.
twice, yeah. My question is, why did people think he was going to be overpowered? Because with his canisters, I think he has, is it 5 of them or
10?
He has 10 of them, each with the
Attackers need to
capability
locate
of
and
burning
defuse
for
as
how
many
many
bombs as they
seconds?
I think
5.
it's
So
like 5
in
seconds,
total,
yeah.
that's 50 seconds. And people are saying that combined with smoke, whose canisters are able to last a total of 30 seconds, that combination would be absolutely overpowered. But we haven't seen that at all, have we?
Nah. I would like to see a team utilize that though, definitely. And also, the thing is, his guns are not the best. Like, look, his primary LMG is strong, but
5 seconds
it
left.
can make rotation and stuff, but the fire rate is just so bad on that thing. It hits like a truck, but the fire rate is just...
Locate and defuse a bomb.
You have to hit heads. If you don't hit heads on that gun, you're going to lose the gunfight. Because it takes longer to kill than, like... I think it's like 80% of the attackers' guns, and that's not what you're going to be seeing. And then again, the attackers do need to have the better guns. They're on attack and already at a disadvantage, so fair enough. Imagine attacker and defender guns were swapped.
Oh, you know what? I would actually like to see something like that for
game.
an event or like April Fools or something.
That would be pretty cool. But what's not pretty cool is Fish. He's been either dying super early round. The only 2 kills he has is from that double C4, and otherwise he's been the first pick every round in favor for VYBN, literally. Every single round, I think. He's been the first of 4. Which is not a good thing. Kixie agrees, nodding. Thank you, Kixie. Wait, are you here? Kiss taking a little bit more damage, and it's just Fish and Kixie and Fish and Kist, who are just so easy to take out. They're not doing much for their team. They need to play together because, yes, they're roaming. Well, Fish is not. He's back inside. He took a little bit of damage. He's like, no, good luck, Kist. But that's not a good thing. If you're gonna fall back to side, both of you may as well just fall back to side because Kist, he's not going to be able to do much on his own because he just gets droned out and bang, he's dead, and that's exactly what happened. That's just a 4 versus 5. Each of these rounds have played out like a 4 versus 5 because of Kist and Fish not being able to roam efficiently.
Yeah, they haven't been able to influence the round, like you say. They die so quickly, and I don't know if it's time for them to make the decision to switch things up. Maybe they don't want to abandon the roam game, but when the roam game isn't really working for you, maybe you can switch your strats up to one where you anchor more on site, you start one site. Because like you said, this map is not really about roaming, it's about extending themselves. And with extension, haven't quite been working for them though. Right now, what's working though are the guns from the utility rather from VYBN as they start to tear up the floor. A C4 goes out and it misses, though the shots from Bas do not. That's the Zofia gone and down for this round. It's a 4v4. Make that a 3v4 as they cast Blood Rain. Tearpil is there to find his head. Go into the XP phase here, and
A bomb has been
the attackers
located.
are looking like they're set up so well to collapse onto the last 3 remaining defenders. Fish is on such low HP. That's going to be monumental as we go down here with Bas. He's still trying to find the vertical angles. He's not quite finding any.
Fish, he's unable to find anything as he falls 2 versus 4 in favor of VYBN now with 20 seconds, 15 seconds on the clock. Rather, as Bas picks up a double, this time finding that vertical play onto Wicked, now finding Tearpil's head. The plant does look like it's going to come down, 2.5 seconds left on the clock. Kixie threads a needle onto Bas, and it's all down to Rich Boys. He don't think he's going to be able to find anything here. As they know where he is, he's stuck inside of this crept door. He swings out, takes about 50% of Raceball's HP, but not much time as he's going to have to find a really good shot. He sees the head, but is unable to actually see the head. As Kixie, he fires off a couple shots to scare off Rich Boy, he's just dancing around. Wasteful's Kivers above. There's nothing he can do. He's stuck over there, and this round is 100% in favor of.
Okay, so it looks like it's going to be a repetition of the scoreline on Cafe as it was on Clubhouse. 4-0 is the lead that VYBN took then, and they're taking it now. Though, given that we're going into a tactical pause for Beserkers, this could give them that break in momentum that they need to get the first round, and that's what they did last map. Hopefully, they are able to get around in round number 5 this one, because if they don't, this advantage for VYBN is so great, especially going into this best of 3. They already have one map in the bag. So if they're not able to stop the steamroll that's happening right now, Beserkers could be eliminated from the WLE 10K in a matter of rounds.
Yeah. Minimum 3 rounds. 1 minute timeout. As we just head on to this 1 minute timeout, slow down VYBN right now. Slow down Wicked, really. He's just able to get these entry frags for his team, taking out Kist and Fish almost every round. And last time we saw Bas able to pick up him and put it into a 3 versus 4. 3 versus... What was it? 4 versus 4 or 3 versus 4? Either way, it doesn't matter. The round's over. 4-0 is a scoreline. Fish bringing out Oryx for opening up the bar and cocktail. Maybe we're going to be seeing a little bit of Oryx playing below. I like to see that. They just need to try something. Try something different, because right now, it's not working.
Yeah, definitely. It's not quite working for them. I think right now the coach needs to rein in that aggression that Fish and Kist have been aggressing, really, to no avail, as like you said, they're the first ones to die every single round. Right now, VYBN are sitting pretty, just keep doing what they're doing and they're fine. And they also have the fallback of already having won one map in this best of 3, so they really don't need to be doing anything different. Their attacks are just textbook Siege, doing what they need to do. The onus is on Beserkers to find an answer to this 4-0 lead that VYBN have. And as we come out of this tactical timeout, I hope they do have found that answer.
Yeah, they do need to find something, even if it is not the answer to win the game. Just win some rounds right now. Put up some rounds, get that mental game going again, get that ball rolling, because right now, it's a very big ball to stop from rolling, because VYBN are currently snowballing Beserkers with a 0-4 scoreline, and first map being
Defenders,
73.
protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Absolutely. Okay, so I had mentioned it earlier, but we didn't quite get into it. I wanted to ask you something. What can you say of the South African meta, if such a thing exists?
Attackers have discovered the location
I'd
of a
say
bomb.
it's pretty frag heavy. Although yes, we see plants coming down often. Teams rely on their, like, bravado is heavily relying
10
on
seconds
run right now. And like it looks like Beserkers are
5
relying
seconds to
more
go.
so on Fish and Kiss to get this frag, but they're unable to. It just falls off. It
Attackers
just
are heading
looks
out
like
to defuse a bomb.
most teams have that one star player, like BDS has Shaiko, it just looks like that's kind of what's happening in most teams right now. That definitely doesn't go for all teams. Like ATK have it down. I think if we have a team close to a professional team, it's definitely ATK, as they have that fair mix of fragging and actual strategy to get like those bombs down and that sort of stuff. I like that Ash play from Kixi as Blood Rain now. He's been to someone in that window, a little bit of pressure, but no one's on that window, not even close to that window. They're all upstairs on the roof. So yeah. Look at that, Blood Rain, he's just caught up, peeking that window, peeking the door. Kiss might be going for a run-up, but he decides not to. And yeah, that's the thing, like, I think Saka going to run up, but he's not going to give anything. Unless he swings really wide. He does swing really wide, and he's, one more second, and he could have picked up someone, but he doesn't. And he falls back now, back on into the building. His tail tucked between his legs, and V kicks, he threads the needle onto Rich Boy's. His head is taken clean off his shoulders. And Blood Rain falls as well from this window. Can't be giving them kills like this, guys.
Oh my, yeah, I think that's a personification of what we were talking about. The South African meta is rather frag heavy, as this map has shown us. Early engagements coming out, early in the round, people are just falling to the floor, and right now it's all vibing as Rich Boy and Blood Rain are eliminated, and they still have the round to go. So I don't know if it's. Would you even say that was aggression that cost them there? I think it was just poor positioning.
Yeah, poor positioning, unlucky. Reading into that window, repel, no pre-fight from Blood Rain, just missing shots like that. 150 on the clock, the wall being opened, a lot of the 5 and 6 goes down, 2 versus 4 now, and it looks like it's going to be a 1 versus 5, as it's all down to Kiss, and the diffuser goes down, it's 5-0, flawless round.
Ooh.
Someone's knocking.
Flawless round there for VYBN, and it's also a flawless scoreline as we speak. 5-0. Beserkers are not able to put up a single round as we go into round number 6. And we talk about how Cafe is a defender-sided map. The fact that Beserkers are not able to win these rounds on their defense spells trouble for them, because if VYBN win the next round, that's 6-0 in this half, and then that's also match point. So when they go over onto their attacks, oh my, it's going to be looking rather ugly for them. Right now, though, they go to Reading, which is a site we haven't seen on this map. Hopefully that means they are able to bring out
Attackers need to locate and defuse
the
as many
extensions
bombs as they
that we were
can.
talking about, going upstairs with the castle, for example, and with the Jaeger roaming. The thing about the roam game, though, is that I hope these roamers are able to support each other and they're able to position themselves properly. Because the kills that we've seen VYBN being able to get, I feel like most of them are just not to take away from their skills, but it's just like kind of unlucky where the players from Beserkers happen to be at the time when they're short.
Yeah, those kills are very preventable if you just play together and get those refrags, and just don't like give yourself up to VYBN for free. They are very preventable kills, and kills that are costing them rounds almost every round. I don't think Beserkers have gotten an entry frag just yet, other than that first round was a 5 versus, or second round was a 5 versus 3 in favor of the double
C4. Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't think we've seen any entry frags, and that is being round 6 now. That is a little concerning, as we haven't seen Beserkers push themselves up on the board just yet. So, and Kist, he's yet to find a kill. He's yet to find the board, actually. He is the scoreline between Beserkers and VYBN. 0 for 5. And that's not good. Judging by Fish and Kist, they... And there it is, finally. Like, and he just... Okay. Okay, Kist, I see you. As he picks up a double. He heard me. He's like, he doesn't like it. All right. And now he picks up a double. The entry frag is the frag. Fish has 2 kills, being that double C4 in the second round. That's the only round he got kills. Rich Boy is yet to find the board. Art is hard carrying his team with 5 kills right now. And Blood Rain's yet to find the board either. Or Rich Boy has 1, sorry. So right now, like, kills just not being in favor of Beserkers.
No.
And that is so unfortunate. Rich Boy trying to just tuck and turn as he's taken out. And yeah, I think they should have gone to Reading a little bit earlier. This site looks like it's going pretty strong for them. You have to hit the drone. Please, thank you.
Oh no. This round progresses as half of it has gone away.
That is so unfortunate. The client-sided body as Kiss just looks like he's staring into the rich boy's crotch. But he's just looking for toes underneath us. Oh, client-side siege, I love it.
Yeah, I was going to say half the round or so has gone, and the layers of this defense from reading is now starting to be put into action as the castle barricades are doing their work, as are the guns of Bass and Kist, as they're the ones who set up kills for their team this round. And there we go. Berserkers have found the board. It did take them 6 rounds, but they did it eventually. And it's not going to be a whitewashing. At least we know that for sure. It's not going to be a 7-0. Hopefully it's going to translate into a few more rounds, because that's kind of the pace that was set last map. VYBN got an early advantage, and then Berserkers got a few rounds. So hopefully they can now start to string a few rounds off of that momentum together.
Yeah. Like Berserkers last map, it was 4-0 before they were able to find the board. And now it was 5-0 before they're able to find the board. So, but I do hope they're able. It's only 4 rounds, so yes, it sounds like a lot, but 4 rounds, if you play it one by one, it's very winnable, and you can get there. But the thing is, VYBN are playing very well, and I hope this translates into the game later, because they have an opponent that they've lost to before, Gunshock White. So it's not going to be as easy as a game right now. So hopefully we see both of those teams perform easier, good performance. I think that's, correct me if I'm wrong, it's 6. Our last game of the night. And
Right.
might be 7. And the game after this is
Omnius Gaming versus DNMK. That's going to be an interesting one to watch.
I definitely think that it's going to be an interesting one. I'm very excited for that. What is the map score? What is the second map score yesterday?
Sorry?
What was the, like, it was Beserkers, not Beserkers, it was Dark versus
Dark versus DNMK, yeah. On Clubhouse, DNMK won. It was 7-1.
Yeah.
And then on Consulate, they won 7-3.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So that means Dark is out, but they put up a pretty good fight on that second map. They're 7-3 on Consulate.
Oh yeah, they played really well in this tournament. All those starting from the group stages where they were going against Yebo, they were going against War X, Berserkers. I feel like they played really well, but DNMK just bested them last night. So we'll be seeing DNMK today versus OG. We were talking about this before the cast started, and I haven't seen much of OG playing in this tournament, so I don't really know how that match is gonna go. What do you think is gonna be the scoreline?
DNMK, we know they haven't been playing the best Siege ever, but like this tournament, but I hope they're able to like just speed up a little bit. I know they have a brand new roster with quite a few new people, but the thing is, they're very good players, so it doesn't mean that they can't be performing. Omnius have been a roster for quite a while, but I do think DNMK have that edge over Omnius, just that little bit.
Well, right now it's a minute and 30 gone, minute and 30 left, as VYBN are on their fast defense, and they are trying to hold on to the pressure that's being brought out from Fish and the rest of his team. Though Kist is the first one to kiss the ground, and then Wicked tries to find another one onto Fish, but not quite. He's playing his life here in Cigar on this piano. Some people call it stage. The wall on Red has been opened as he works his way back to Ticket. He's just being pressured right now. Gunshots, drones, flashbangs, everything is trying to get him out of there. And he's struggling as he's on 25 HP, but he's not going to give them ground at all. Berserkers have struggled, I will say, because VYBN were able to get this part of the map so easily, and right now there's even a body from Berserkers inside the map.
Yeah, no, but the thing is, Wicked's playing so well, not getting and like the swing onto Fish, what's unfortunate is he takes a little bit more damage, and that's the crossfires I was saying coming out. Kirva holding his teammates back, and Wicked's actually able to find 2 in that position! Holy hell, Wicked, what was that? And that's a what? Oh, okay.
Whoa.
Okay, I can't say anything other than that was just Wicked being Wicked.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. He was holding onto that piano with his life. he didn't give them a single inch.
Hmm?
He got, what was it, 3-4 kills there on such low HP, and off of the backs of that, his team are on match point right now. So this is the danger zone for Berserkers. Sorry, if Berserkers lose this round, they lose this map and they lose the series and they're out of the WLE 10K.
Yes, that is correct, and that means VYBN move on to tonight's game. So it's going to be a tough one because they've already played this game. So I guess you could say this game is a warm-up game for them, the way it's looking right now. But maybe it translates into a little bit of something later on because of their fatigue. So because it's going to be a long day of Siege for them. Because I know they're going to take a break after this probably because they're back on in a couple hours.
Right, and they'll be playing an opponent as strong as Ranshak White, so they definitely need that breather, need to take a few moments for that R&R before they're able to play at their full potential as well, because fatigue is definitely something that can happen. I'm sure we all relate to it when you've been playing the whole night, and it's a dilemma, right? Because you're saying, I just need one more victory so that I can go to sleep, because I can't go to sleep on a losing streak. But then when you win, you're like, okay, I need to win more, I need to win more, I need to get more. And at that point, that's just fatigue talking to you. So you definitely don't want to be fatigued if you're VYBN going into tonight's match against Rancha White. Like I said, a very good team. Right now, it's match point for VYBN though. They're playing so beautifully.
Yeah, they are playing very well right now on the second map. It's really interesting to see the roam game of VYBN right now. Like, not really the roam game, extend into piano from Wicked. That was very strong seeing him play like that. And just landing his shots, landing everything onto the shoulders, the head and shoulders of these attackers right now as well. It's not looking great. Is Blood Rain yet to find the board? Can I get a tab? Yes, he has found a board. Alright, he has one. Look at that. There's 2 players on the side of Beserkers that only have 1 kill in round 8. Yikes.
Yeah, that's not good, especially when Wicked has been putting up as many kills as he has. He's currently the only player in this lobby right now to have pitched 10 kills, and Wicked, what an ill-advised extension down those white stairs. He meets the bullets coming out from Bass's barrel, and that's the F2. Gun which I haven't seen too much of, given how many times it has been nerfed of late, but still a very powerful weapon with a high fire rate.
Yeah, that is a very good kill pick onto VYBN, onto Pixie of VYBN. So yeah, Berserkers finally able to get that entry frag. I think that might be the second entry frag of the game. The nades coming out, trying to deal 2 kill, doing a little bit of chip damage to him, but not enough to sweep him off his feet just yet. As Wicked on this Aruni, we've seen him land shots. Can he land more though?
Well, that is the question indeed, as there are 40 seconds left for us to find out the answer. Tearpil here is peeking into the main lobby. Will he find the Zofia? No. Rich Boy is the one who finds him, actually, and it's a 5v3. Such a huge man advantage for Berserkers, but we've seen them throw that advantage away in the last dying seconds of the round. What they need to do right now is get those Echo Drones which are still in play from Wasteful, and then maybe eliminate Wicked, because he's the man to watch. He's the one who has been eliminating them left, right, and center. We hear the Gemini being sent out, but Bass is there to capitalize instantly on the info, and the plan starts to go down. This looks like another one for Berserkers, though. The Echo is still in play. Are they able to shoot it in time? Yes, they are. There is a second one, though. 5 seconds are left on the board. It's gone as well. It's a 4v2 as Richard is the only one on Berserkers to die, and then Fish follows, but the Diffuser has been planted. It's all up to Wasteful, the Echo, who's on 5 HP, to find 3 players and then maybe get a win. But no, it's not going to be a win just yet for VYBN, as Kist is there. He has woken up. He has given his team the second round they need on Cafe.
Yeah, that is a good round to pick up, especially on that attack as well, showing us that they can win these rounds. They can take take hold of these rounds. And we're so wasteful trying so hard on that echo. If he waited just a little bit longer on that first blast, I think he definitely could have won that round because there was only 4 seconds left and there's a 7 seconds plant time, and he like put it up in the first 2 seconds. If you wait like 3 more seconds there, do it, and then move your drone again. He's going to try plant, do it one more time, and then you can wait on that second drone. As obviously the plant takes a little bit of time, but instead he tried to do it straight away. It's just a little unfortunate there what happened, but he played well nevertheless. Tried to bring that round back in favor of them, but in the end it wasn't. And Beserkers posted up that second round.
I do wish that they had gotten these 2 rounds a little bit earlier into this map, because we're still on match point for VYBN and we'll still be on match point for the next 4 rounds. That is if Beserkers are able to win all those 4 rounds in a row. That last round, though, it was a good one, especially for Bass, because he was getting those entries where he needed to. And I don't know if they should have been putting him on Twitch this whole time, because he's so comfortable with that weapon.
5 seconds to go.
Very comfortable. A couple of good picks coming out from him. He's just been playing really well in both these
Attackers'
maps, really.
objective is to defuse
He's been
the
doing
bomb.
good on that Habana last time, doing good on the Twitch right now, and was doing very good on that Legion and Bandit on defense. But we head on into round 9 now. Beserkers are still down 2-6. If they win this round, it's 3-6, and that's a presentable score at least, and something that you can be proud of. You know, you put up a couple of rounds, and a team like VYBN, no easy feat to take them out. But VYBN have had their own little falters before. So if Beserkers can play off the mistakes of Beserkers can play off the mistakes of VYBN, then yeah, then we could definitely see a couple more rounds being played out here.
All right, then. The question is, though, that are Beserkers able to deal with the roam from VYBN? Because you said it's interesting to see how they roam compared to how Beserkers were roaming. Right now, VKix is here inside this bar with 3 ADSs to assist him. The site, of course, is reading, so they're gonna need to get rid of him first, and his compadre is here in bathroom before they're able to move in and start working on the floor, and then eventually get to the site. As a minute and 40 are left on the board, it's not too good of time management from them, as not much really has happened this round, and you can see the defenders starting to get shifty, asking themselves, where are they, what are they doing? Kiva and Kicks just moving around all over, as Wicked is holding this long angle into that cigar shop side of the map. See one crossing, lands a few shots, but actually it's the Gemini from Fish. So that's a little bit of intel they have collected, but not enough though, as it was shot out so easily. And eventually the owner of the Gemini itself is shot out. Fish is down. Wicked 11 kills. He goes for 12 in the speed. What does it land? Blood Ring is gone, as is the diffuser burst there as well. Kiva adds to the foray. He found one of his own. Kiss is on the ground, as Bass is the last man left. We were praising him for his skills with the F2. We're praising him for his skills with the Type 89. Is he enough to stop this match point turning into a victory for VYBN? We'll find out in the last 40 seconds, as there is one here, the Mozzie of Wicked on low HP at the bottom of brownstairs. He finds him with a shot onto his head there, but then there's VKC able to capitalize on him from the top of New Hatch, and that is GG. And that is good night for Beserkers, as they are done with the WLE 10K.
That is great shots coming out from both teams. Well played there from Beserkers towards the end. They definitely put up a little bit more of a fight than in the beginning of the game, but it wasn't enough to topple over VYBN as they vibe their way on into the next round of this WLE 10K.
A good game indeed coming out from both of these teams. I will say, though, that our predictions were awfully wrong, as they were last night. Dark Esports going against DNMK. We were hoping it would go to the 3rd map. It didn't. We're hoping today Beserkers versus VYBN would take it to the 3rd map. They didn't. VYBN apparently just way too strong for Beserkers. It showed in their attacks, in how well they were set up and coordinated. It showed in the defenses, in how well they were able to roam and play for refrags off of each other. So a good game coming out from them, but also a very good attempt coming out from Beserkers, being able to post up a couple of rounds against, like you said, a team as strong as VYBN. Kudos to both of these teams, though we'll be seeing VYBN yet again tonight, and they will be playing starting from 7 p.m., I believe, against Runshark White.
Yes. Next game we have DNMK versus Omnius, and we will catch you guys then. Take care.
Cheers, everyone.